Broadcasting live, this is KMA Talk Radio, Life, Liberty, and the Pursuit of Fine Cigars. With your hosts, Honest Abe and Adam K. the Brewmeister. Listen to the show anywhere in the free world at KMATalkRadio.com.
I like to smoke them like Sir Winston Churchill, like John Kennedy, yeah. Remember Coach Red Auerbach, smoked up for victory, yeah. Well, you can take my wife, you can take my car, but you can't take my big cigar. My cigar.
Good morning, loyal listeners, libertarians, lovers of the leaf, all the ships at sea. Welcome back to another exciting edition of KMA Talk Radio, broadcasting live here in Palm Beach Gardens, Florida. I am, once again, and as always, Adam K. the Brewmeister. With me, of course, the man, the myth, the legend, the host with the most, Mr. Honest Abe himself.
Good morning.
Hello, hello.
Howdy.
And then,
Howdy.
And
that was from my rodeo experience.
And then there's Paul.
Howdy.
Oh, hey.
There was a rodeo?
I did see that.
We went to a rodeo.
Oh, see, Adam doesn't know anything about what you did on your vacation.
I kind of like it that.
On Facebook.
I kind of like it that way, actually.
Why would I want to know?
Why would anybody want him to know?
I was actually pretty fascinated with it. They did like the road trip of all road trips. It seemed pretty awesome.
No, nothing major. We went to Hilton Head, spent some time there, then Savannah, and then we went to Atlanta, which, our sole purpose of going to Atlanta was catch a rodeo. There's a Bill Pickett rodeo.
Oh, that you went for that. Okay.
That was the Atlanta really purpose of it. Bill Pickett is a traveling rodeo that's made up of, it's like an all-black rodeo, but it's made up of a lot of women. And most people don't know this historically, but
I'd never even heard of Bill Pickett.
Cowboys were actually like the number one profession of black people back in the day because, they took them as a job.
Right,
right. So black people, there was a lot of, black cowboys back in the day. So it was my first rodeo, kid's first rodeo. My son kind of gagged a couple times when they first got in there. Until,
Daddy, what's that smell?
Until my son actually went. He was like walking around. But he got to take his picture with I forgot her name, Michaela something. She was the first black rodeo queen of Michigan State. And
Michigan State.
Michigan State.
Oh, really?
Yes. And it was actually
Spartan. That's unfortunate.
It was actually a really good time
And very pretty, actually.
Oh,
stunning!
Yeah,
stunning.
I was like, wait a second, she's a real rodeo person.
I was
she's just a
checking them.
model?
I was checking them chaps out. Yeah. No, she was very. She was actually very
gorgeous.
stunning. But no, we had a fantastic trip. But Atlanta, I never really spent a lot of time in Atlanta. I know we went for Cutters, but Atlanta's a pretty cool town.
Yeah.
We stayed at the Omni, which was right across from Centennial Park, the Olympic Park.
Yep.
And the aquarium there was like unbelievable.
Oh yeah,
this is actually the only aquarium. I didn't know this. I didn't do my research, which I should have. And normally I do. I'm very well researched when I do trips because
it's famous. That aquarium.
I like to plan restaurants and food stop everything. So you can always make adjustments. But at least you got a ground plan. That aquarium. First off, they got this mega tank.
There were whale sharks in it.
3 of them.
Yeah.
They let you dive in there.
Wow.
They got like things that you could dive in there. You could go play with the dolphins. I mean, you got to book them in advance. I'm sure they saw it quickly, but I think to dive in the tank with the whale sharks was like $350, which it's not really that shabby.
No, it's an experience of a lifetime.
Yeah, going swim with the whale
did you go?
sharks. No, everything was sold out. My daughter's like, I want to do that. I said, man, you get scared of the lizards in our backyard. Get out of here. Get out of here. Then she's at the rodeo. She's like, dude, they had a couple 10-year-old girls at this rodeo. Okay.
Like riding?
Riding, barrel racing, and that stuff's like turning on a dime.
Yeah.
My daughter saw that, was amazed. She's like, I want to do that. I said, you can't walk without knocking your head into a door. What are you, out of your mind? You're nuts.
And she's like, Daddy, we live in horse country.
It's nuts. And so we topped it all off at the end of a trip. Just like you recently, too. We had a new addition to our family. My kids didn't know we picked up a puppy.
Dude, I teared up watching that video. That was so great.
We stopped at a racetrack randomly, kids. With 4 kids, you're good. Any 20 minutes. Anybody need to pee? Oh yeah. We stopped there. The kids all went to the bathroom. We met the breeder outside, so they came out and they thought we were just petting some stranger's dog.
Just seeing a dog, yeah.
Yeah, and then I guess they had my name because I picked it out online. You see the kennel and pick the dog. So it had my name. My daughter sees the name and she just wigs out.
Yeah, I see Petra crying. And
it was a good trip.
We were tearing up watching that. That was awesome.
But you, my man,
Yeah.
have a new addition to the family.
I do. Uh-huh. It is. He finally came home last night.
You gotta love the photo text I sent you.
What,
$1 more per axle.
Oh yeah,
that was pretty funny.
That
I
made all of
that.
it.
That was pretty funny.
He said that kid's gonna cost you an extra $1 every time you go through a toll booth.
I'm at Hilton Head. They get on and off the island. They got a toll. It says $2 per car, $1 per axle. And I'm like, oh, this is gonna cost you $1 every time you go through the toll.
Yep, he's home now. He had a little bit of an issue in the beginning, but he's back home. So he was born on the 31st. And what's funny is I was keeping you in the loop the whole time, Abe, and I guess I never told Adam that he was in the NICU. So at some point, Adam thought...
No, like I was...
I think I was personally... Listen, because what happened was we had a group chat. We had a KMA chat that we all talk. And then, I'm like, you're like, we're going in today. I'm like, oh, okay, great. And then, 2 days later, I didn't hear nothing.
Yeah.
So I thought maybe you didn't want to post something in the group chat because a lot of people don't like to tell Adam stuff. So I then started texting you separately.
Right.
I was like, dude, what the F?
Yeah.
It's been 3 days. We haven't seen a picture or heard nothing. And that's when you shared that with me, but he was out of that loop.
Yeah, I guess so, because he... Here you go.
Oh, he's heard enough of that, I'm sure.
Probably.
He's not that fussy of a baby. He cries, don't get me wrong, but it's...
You brought him home. You haven't had him home for 24 hours
we brought him home
yet.
yesterday at 6:30, so we'll see. But last night was an experience. He does sleep for 4.5 hours straight, which is great. And it keeps getting longer and longer. But last night he just, I guess because it was new surroundings and whatnot, he didn't go to sleep till 2 a.m.
Piece of advice I tell you.
Yeah.
My wife did it with all 4 of our kids. Our kids were sleeping through the night at 3 months.
Yeah.
And whatever. Consistency. You gotta lay that baby down every night at the same time.
Right. The schedules.
I think it was 7:30, and then eventually she made it 8.
Okay.
Because in the beginning, you got 11:30 feeding, so it's still a pain in the ass.
Yeah.
But once that 11:30 feeding stops, you gotta lay them down. Now they're gonna whine, cry. The first baby, my wife used to go outside. Couldn't handle it.
Because she couldn't deal with it.
Second baby was a little more tolerant. By the third baby, she was just turning off the speaker. That baby will go to bed. Don't worry. Oh yeah. That's the best thing I can do. Well, listen, in the light of the new addition to the family, we felt official. Put the camera on me, please.
Hold on,
yeah, we felt official that Axel had to become a member of the show.
That's awesome.
So we have a onesie.
I'll put it on him today and take a picture.
We have a KMA onesie
for
Axel. So
he's gonna love it.
Yeah.
Thank you.
There you go. I want to see many pictures.
You will
in this onesie.
You will. Hashtag keep it lit.
Hashtag keep it lit.
Hashtag keep it lit.
We should have put that on the bag. Oh, now, I thought keeping it lit might have been pushing it too much with Stephanie. Actually, I said, yeah, let's just go with the KMA.
She's not gonna mind. She's not gonna mind. It's not like he's smoking cigars now.
Tell you what. On his next shirt, we'll put a keep it lit on there in the back.
There you go. I gotta get that on him fast because he's pretty big.
I know. They grow like weeds. I know.
It's only been a week and a half.
Well, she looked at you and figured, how big could the baby possibly be? So,
he was 22 inches long.
I mean, this could almost fit you.
That
looks like
my stomach might be a little.
I had it up to myself yesterday, and I was like, wow, is this thing big enough? I mean, was this on a doll?
Do you know where these come from, babies? How big do you think the kid is? He just got
I have no idea.
He came out 30 pounds?
Yeah,
probably.
I don't know how people do it with. I mean, he was 8 pounds 4 ounces, and I was 9'12".
I was a tenor.
Yeah, see, how do women do it?
Yeah, I'm not talking about the opera singer either.
Right.
I'm
a tenor.
Oh, jeez. All right. Well, this is going to be a great show. A lot of great stuff.
Sick of me.
Listen, I got a lot of pent-up energy. I haven't been on for 2 weeks.
A lot of great stuff's going to go. We haven't even gotten to sit with a guest. Dr. Gaby Kafie from Kafie 1901.
It's going to be a good show, man.
Awesome, great show.
Awesome,
great guest.
Yep.
Really great guest.
Yep.
A lot of. I'm sure there's going to be a lot of baby talk. Well, because that's all Paul really does now. He doesn't do anything else.
Adam wanted me to meet him at the Whole Foods yesterday for a beer. I was like, I just brought my son home.
Did he really?
No,
He's like, I feel like I should buy you a beer. That's what he said.
All I said was I wanted to buy you a beer because, oh my gosh, you had a rough couple of weeks.
I was like, I'm a little busy tonight.
That's how he gets people to meet him there. Can I buy you a beer? It's on me.
I think he buys random people beers.
If you'll meet me there for a beer, I'll buy the beer.
I was just
walks around the aisles and be like, hey,
I'll gladly buy you a beer.
Oh, you like
pay me
quinoa?
back on Tuesday.
You like quinoa from Whole Foods? Oh, come over here. Come to the bar with me.
Paul does a much better impression. I shouldn't even try.
Jeez. All right. Anyway, let's take a break.
Go back to the prizes
after
the break.
Fine. After the break, we'll get to the prizes because apparently we ran long. We started late.
We got a lot going on.
There's a lot of things happening. Oh, yeah. Gonna need more coffee. All right. Let's take a break. Keep it lit.
You're listening to KMA Talk Radio. Follow us on Facebook and Twitter.
We're on Instagram, too.
Yes, it's mandatory.
Bold and complex. That is the new Romeo San Andres by Romeo Julieta. Using the very best San Andres wrapper leaf available in the market, Rafael Nadal and AJ Fernandez collaborated together to create a new standard among San Andres cigars. Medium to full-bodied, this cigar is bountiful in both flavor and aroma. Available nationally for the first time, Romeo San Andres is a cigar you do not want to miss. Make sure to get one today at your local tobacconist. Romeo San Andres by Romeo Julieta.
Cigar enthusiasts, did you know your personal freedom to enjoy a fine cigar is affected by some form of smoking ban in all 50 states? Additionally, taxation on premium cigars is at its highest level in history, with some states taxing at an astronomical rate of 75%. Finally, there's a solution. CRA, Cigar Rights of America, is the first and only non-profit public advocacy association fighting for your freedom to enjoy a fine cigar. Don't just sit there. Become part of the solution. Become a CRA member today. Membership is only $35 a year. That's less than $3 a month. And as a special bonus, CRA will send you 2 limited edition cigars as a way to say thank you for joining. Visit cigarrights.org for more information and to become a member.
Quality and value are always the 2 biggest determining factors for consumers when making buying decisions. Casa Bella by Sindicato Cigars offers superior flavor, quality construction, and an affordable everyday price. Completely handmade in the Dominican Republic, these value-priced, smooth yet flavorful cigars are comprised of Dominican and Nicaraguan filler tobaccos, and they're available in natural and Maduro wrappers. Visit sindicatocigars.com to find your nearest authorized dealer of Casa Bella cigars.
The Oliva family, the makers of some of the most affordable yet highest rated premium cigars available. For 7 straight years, Cigar Aficionado has rated Oliva as one of the best cigars of the year. And Oliva has a cigar for all smokers, from the newly released Gilberto Oliva Reserva to the bold and rich Oliva Serie V. Oliva cigars can be found at a tobacconist near you, so always ask for Oliva, an unbeatable value and uncompromising quality. The Oliva family of cigars.
The recently released Perdomo Double-Aged 12-Year Vintage is an extremely rare blend of Perdomo's finest and most cherished 12-year-old fillers, binders, and wrappers. Bale-aged for 10 years and then barrel-aged in bourbon barrels for an additional 2 years, these exquisite Nicaraguan tobaccos are bursting with rich, complex flavors. Offered in Connecticut, sun-grown, or Maduro, available at only 250 authorized tobacconists worldwide, the Perdomo Double-Aged 12-Year Vintage is a must-have for every cigar enthusiast.
Monte Cristo has set the standard once again, turning back the hands of time by utilizing a long-forgotten, unique aging process that harmonizes the flavors of the wrapper, binder, and filler with the use of small pilones. Monte Cristo Epic Craft Cured is an exquisite cigar you must try now. Available nationally for the first time, Monte Cristo Epic Craft Cured features a 2006 Nicaraguan Rosado Oscuro wrapper that is both beautiful and distinctive. This cigar is a masterpiece no one should miss. Make sure you get one today at your local tobacconist. Monte Cristo Epic Craft Cured. For 500 years, Nicaragua has served as a crossroads of cultures, ever since indigenous inhabitants mocked arriving Spanish conquistadors in a colorful, costume satirical masterpiece called El Huehuense, or The Wise Man. This great dance continues today in the careful blending of Nicaragua's finest tobacco. Master blender Nicolas Melillo has worked tirelessly to create and honor the great dance of flavors in El Huehuense cigars. Visit foundationcigars.com.
Welcome back. You're listening to KMA Talk Radio. Follow us on Facebook and Twitter.
We're on Instagram too.
Yes, it's mandatory.
Oh, welcome back to KMA Talk Radio, broadcasting live here in lovely, somewhat cloudy, perhaps might be even still raining Florida. I can't see. This is why we put things from the windows. But I am Adam K. the Brewmeister. With me, of course, Mr. Honest Abe himself.
You know, it's funny. Marcus Wood, one of our biggest fans, Mawa on the chat right now. It says he's in Conyers, Georgia. That's exactly the city where the rodeo was.
See, you should have met up with him.
I didn't know he was there, but yeah, he's in Conyers, and that's exactly the city where the rodeo was. So
if you guys see that Abe is in your city, hit him up on Facebook. He'll come and say hi.
I would if I could.
Yeah,
absolutely. I wanted to try to get to Alpharetta, just stop by Cutter's to say hi again, but
How far is? I mean, it's.
It would have been from where I was at about a 20-minute drive.
Okay.
It wasn't that bad. It was just everything was so timed, It was a timing issue more than anything.
And you got all those kids with you.
Yeah, I know, but and that's the thing too is they don't go to bed at 8:00 when you're traveling, But I probably could have ducked out at 9 and done a quick trip. But the problem is, there was a lot of walking, man. I was beat.
That's a city, man.
Come 9 o'clock, man, I was like exhausted. I'm getting too old to travel with these kids. I'm gonna need I'm gonna need a hover round the next vacation.
One of the little rascal scooters.
No, I want to hover around with a sidecar so my son could drive with me, as we go around.
Nothing says you're a badass like having a sidekick on your hover round. Every week here at KMA Talk Radio, we like to give wonderful things away. Our good friends over at Recluse Cigars on the Funny Photo Contest of the Week. Submit your funny or ironic unedited photo to KMA's Facebook page, and you win a 5-pack of Recluse Cigars. Congratulations to Donald Smith of Riverview, Florida, for taking home this week's 5-pack of Recluse Cigars for his photo of, a car's weakest part is the nut holding the steering wheel.
Oh, that's pretty. I saw that. That was pretty funny.
That's pretty good. If you want a 5-pack of Recluse Cigars, just head over to the KMA Talk Radio Facebook page and post your unedited, ironic photo, and you could be, walking home with a free 5-pack of cigars. And apparently, we are also giving away a lot of great stuff on Instagram with the KMA Balmoral and Royal Agio Cigar Contest.
Balmoral?
Balmoral?
Yeah, your emphasis was on, you said Balmoral.
Yeah.
It's Balmoral.
I haven't had enough coffee yet.
Just helping you out.
Right.
Adam literally just woke up, just so you know.
Literally.
No, it was, yeah.
Didn't we have a little imbibing last night?
That's what I asked him.
A little imbibing?
The Alexa went off at 8. I said snooze, and it decided to stop, and I rolled over an hour and a half later.
So the clock was smarter than you?
Apparently, it does not. No, it hasn't been listening to me recently.
Alexa,
that's the problem.
Alexa was like,
smarter than you. It's only Adam. I don't have to listen.
Yeah.
You're too hungover. Go back to bed.
It's only Adam.
Yay.
Dude, we could do a whole segment on things Alexa says to Adam K.
Done.
Oh, this is brilliant.
We got to get somebody that sounds like her.
I love it. That's a good segment.
We'll
I
find
like
somebody that sounds
Those are
like
good intros and outros. Things that Alexa would say to Adam K.
I
like it.
Stop asking me for this. Oh, there we go. Oh, this is a terrible idea. This is what's happening.
I'm getting a pen.
Yes. Also, apparently, there was a bunch of Facebook contests. Congratulations to everybody who won on Facebook. Stay tuned. AJ will be contacting you to get all of your prizes and everything else. A lot of great stuff going on there, apparently.
Yeah, I guess you got Billy Williams, Chris Daugherty, Ray Pruitt, Alan Thomas, and Stephanie Tanner. I think you had a share of the episode prize. So those guys won that prize. So
apparently, also we're part of Full House now too.
Full House?
Stephanie Tanner.
Oh, that's funny.
Yeah,
I just got that.
Yeah,
I just got it. Good.
Yeah.
It went under the radar.
Yeah,
Slipped.
it's a little bit, but it happens.
Point.
Oh yeah. So yeah, everybody who won prizes as part of the Balmoral and Royal Agio Cigar Contest, congratulations! Great prizes are coming your way. A lot of great swag.
Cigars, swag. They gave us a
Thanks
lot
to
of
Zev
great stuff.
and
So
everybody over
listen, at least you had your baby's name down. We had to change the dog's name 3 times.
Three
Wait,
times? You didn't
Three
do a
times.
vote?
Listen, how are you going to do a vote when it was a surprise? So we already named her. The last dog we named Starbuck.
Uh-huh.
The last dog was Starbuck,
Yeah.
because the last battle, Star Galactica, Starbuck was actually a female
Oh, I thought after
character.
the coffee.
Named, and Starbuck's real name was Kara Thrace, so Kara's also Supergirl. So we named this one Scully from the X-Files.
Okay.
So when we met, and my wife and I had already decided on this. Listen, and everything was already set up at the house while we were gone. Eileen helped me out.
Yeah, and she was
Kendall
making
there.
tags, she said,
Tags
right?
were printed.
Yeah.
The tags are printed.
So wait. So my wife has this thing says, listen, we stopped this car. I was thinking, I think we should name her something that will remind us more about this trip. I said, all right, that sounds fair, right?
Peaches?
No, so she said Cola because of the
Coca-Cola Museum.
The World of Coca-Cola Museum that we visited, which was pretty cool. And I'm like, yeah, cola kind of sounds generic. So we did a vote. There were 7 of us in the car.
Okay.
3 wanted Scully. 3 wanted cola.
Oh, no.
And my wife's the deciding vote, right?
Oh no.
Won't make the decision, of course, like any woman. Where you want to go to eat, honey? I don't know. This is typical.
Probably.
Do you want pizza? No.
Figures.
No, I don't know. Whatever you want. So, you won't make the deciding vote. So I said, you know what? I'd be willing to change my vote. Cola's a little too generic. What about Coca? Because it's not Coco, and Coca's original. I like unique names. So then we had a vote. Coca wins. So now we start calling this dog Coca, right? True story. Eileen makes a second tag.
Oh, no.
Already being shipped in the mail, Coca. The next day, or we get home a couple days later, how did we come up with the name Coca? I start looking around. I'm like, weren't you in the car with us? We weren't even driving. I remember we stopped to have lunch. We were in park. You weren't distracted. So whatever. So I said, look, I really don't care. I'm not making another tag. Pick a name. So they ended up going with Cola. So now we had to make a third tag.
So now
now the dog is Cola.
Cola. Scully, Cola, Coca-Cola.
The poor dog's going to have a complex.
Yeah.
It's already got anxiety disorder.
Yeah, pretty much. That sounds about right. All right. We're going to take a break. When we come back, we're going to talk to Dr. Gaby Kafie of Kafie 1901 Cigars and see what's going on with him, and also about his whole campaign that he's got with the Brick and Mortar, the Small Cigar Alliance that he started. All that and more. Keep it lit.
You're listening to KMA Talk Radio. Follow us on Facebook and Twitter.
We're on Instagram too.
Yes, it's mandatory.
Hey, Kemosabe. Dan Blunt here for Alec Bradley Cigars. Do you really want to hear another cigar ad that talks about wrappers and fillers and binders and aging and ratings? Blah, blah, blah. Tell you what, pick up an Alec Bradley cigar. Smoke it. Enjoy it. Spend an hour with it, and you'll be one happy camper. That's all you need to know. We'll talk to you again real soon.
If you had to pack a go bag, what would go in it? For Pepe Mendez, it was his rare Pilotico tobacco seeds, which he personally carried to the Dominican Republic half a century ago. In tribute, we introduced the Monte Cristo Pilotico Pepe Mendez, a robust cigar with nutty, leathery notes and a slow burn that marks the rebirth of a golden age. Try the new Monte Cristo at your local cigar lounge, and you may want to pack one to go too. Surgeon General warning, tobacco smoke increases the risk of lung cancer and heart disease even in non-smokers.
Tobacco legend Julio Aroa and his son, Justo Aroa, bring back the authentic Corojo and Aladino cigars. A true Cuban puro, giving homage to original vintage Vitolas. Aladino cigars are also available in a dark, rich Maduro wrapper. JRE Tobacco has an unwavering commitment for consistency and quality. Experience our commitment to excellence in any one of our three lines: the Aladino, the Rancho Luna, and the Tatascan. Light up a JRE cigar today. Visit jretobacco.com.
Cigar enthusiasts, did you know your personal freedom to enjoy a fine cigar is affected by some form of smoking ban in all 50 states? Additionally, taxation on premium cigars is at its highest level in history, with some states taxing at an astronomical rate of 75%. Finally, there's a solution. CRA, Cigar Rights of America, is the first and only non-profit public advocacy association fighting for your freedom to enjoy a fine cigar. Don't just sit there. Become part of the solution. Become a CRA member today. Membership is only $35 a year. That's less than $3 a month. And as a special bonus, CRA will send you 2 limited edition cigars as a way to say thank you for joining. Visit cigarrights.org for more information and to become a member.
Joya de Nicaragua proudly announces the release of Cuatro Cinco Reserva Especial, a carefully modified recipe containing a unique and exceptional selection of barrel-aged grade A fillers and a beautiful silky shade-grown Habano wrapper. From the legendary Jalapa Valley, produced in small quantities, this exceptional medium to full-bodied cigar will continue to captivate consumers with its rich Nicaraguan complexity, subtle woody and sweet flavors, and a velvety finish. Try a Cuatro Cinco Reserva Especial today.
Since the dawn of time, the universe has been constantly evolving. Now experience the evolution of flavor. Sindicato Cigars, available in Ecuadorian shade-grown Corojo and San Andres Marron wrappers, are beautifully crafted by master blender Arsenio Ramos. Using a double-leaf binder and meticulously box-pressed, Sindicato Cigars provide the perfect draw to deliver the evolved flavors you won't soon forget. Visit syndicatocigars.com to find your nearest authorized dealer of Sindicato Cigars.
CLE Cigar Company presents CLE Cigars, Aroa Cigars, and Asylum Cigars. With 4 generations and over 120 years of experience in tobacco, from seed to smoke, these cigars are produced in Honduras and Nicaragua with the utmost care and precision possible. CLE Cigar Company introduces a vast array of tobaccos in various sizes to bring the highest quality of premium tobacco direct for your enjoyment. Visit clecigars.com for more information.
Welcome back. You're listening to KMA Talk Radio. Follow us on Facebook and Twitter.
We're on Instagram too.
Yes, it's mandatory.
Welcome back to KMA Talk Radio, broadcasting live here in Palm Beach Gardens, Florida. I'm Adam K. Brewmeister. With me, of course, the man, the myth, the legend, Mr. Honest Abe.
I thought that was like Pac-Man for a second, that intro. No?
I just said to Colin, I was like, what is that?
That sounded like Pac-Man. Pac-Man.
Pac-Man fever or just
Sound
regular
like,
Pac-Man?
No, like like when you go around and eat the dots. That's what it sounds like. See? A little bit.
Little bit, all right.
I know because, believe it or not, recently when I was in Atlanta, I took the kids to an arcade and actually I played Miss Pac-Man.
Wow.
Yeah, it was kind of cool.
Wow, an arcade? You have to throw some quarters out and everything?
It was like a miniature golf arcade thing. So the big girls went ziplining, and the boy and the youngest daughter, we went, and the middle daughter, we went to an arcade.
Why didn't you go ziplining?
Because we had to split, and one of the parents had to take the young kids, and they were out of the 150 millimeter cable.
That's okay. That's what you wrote on Facebook.
No, I wrote 15. I think I wrote 150,000 milliliter cables. Like that would have been like 34 feet in diameter.
Got it. Okay.
Would you have gone if they
Absolutely.
did? Really?
Yeah.
I don't see you doing
No,
that.
no. I was a daredevil all in my youth growing up. Roller coasters early on, and I didn't go bungee jumping, but we did something similar.
Okay. Yeah, I wouldn't bungee jump, but I would zip line like that.
Yeah, I would skydive in a heartbeat. You know, I think you can't weigh more than 250 to skydive. That was like
really?
That's like sophomore.
Why?
Year
Because you fall too fast?
No.
Well, especially
some people believe that.
Especially if you're attached to someone.
Wait, some people believe that because people don't know that everything falls at the same rate.
That's true.
Yeah. See, I went to 6th grade.
But why?
I have a 6th grade education.
Why do you have to? Why is there a weight limit on skydiving?
Probably because the guy, you got to go tandem when you learn. The guy's got to be able to control you. Same thing in iFly. You ever go to iFly indoor?
No.
I went to there's places called iFly, which is indoor skydiving. We took the kids a couple times before, but when I did it the first time in Gatlinburg, Tennessee, I was probably I'm like 12 years old or whatever. Like I was just like 14 maybe. I was just on the cusp of the weight thing.
Yeah.
Because it's like 250, you know. So yeah, now I can't even go indoor skydiving. Yeah. And with that, listen, I don't blame him because I've seen those guys because they handle you. Mm-hmm. When you got a 200-pound guy. This guy's crushing him against the glass, bouncing sometimes. My kids, he's holding them with a finger, controlling them. So, yeah, I could probably kill a guy,
Oh, man.
So, yeah, I get it. I'm not offended.
All right. So, and with that, it's time for we consider to be our favorite part of the show.
I want all of you to get up out of your chairs. I want you to get up right now and go to the window, open it, and stick your head out and yell.
It's time to meet your maker.
This week, KMA Talk Radio is pleased to welcome back Dr. Gaby Kafie of Kafie 1901 Cigars, one of the oldest families in Honduras, 4 generations invested in one country. This history is the driving force behind the pride and quality of Kafie 1901 Cigars. Dr. Gaby, thank you for being here once again.
Adam, Abe, thanks for having me.
Can I call you Doc?
No, call me Gaby.
I kind of like that.
Doc brings back bad memories.
Okay.
Waking up early.
Doctor.
Well, I want to start off by thanking Gaby for awesomeness.
Oh, you're welcome.
He bought me some awesomeness. This is like some awesome Middle Eastern sweets.
Well,
from like a well-known place over there too.
About a month ago, I posted a pic. My mom sent me a birthday present, and Abe pointed out which ones he liked, and I said, "Oh man,
that's these babies right here. Yeah. These awesome pistachio-filled deliciousness right there.
If you haven't tried them, you have to."
Now you're from Honduras.
Our family's...
but you have a Middle Eastern background, obviously.
I'm 3rd generation Honduran. My grandfather was from Bethlehem.
Oh, wow.
And my mother's half French Lebanese.
There you go.
So, but Mom and Dad met in Europe. They got married in...
Were they living in Europe at the time, or vacation?
No. Mom was living in Jordan. Dad was living in Honduras, but Grandma wanted to go to the Holy Land. And it was on that trip when my dad took Grandma to, it was Haifa at the time.
Right.
The flight from Rome to Amman, Jordan.
Yes.
My mother was working as a stewardess.
No.
On Royal Jordanian Airlines.
Wow.
Get out.
And
that's an awesome
story. That was Alia
Yeah.
back then. It had to be.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, it was Alia Airlines because it became Royal Jordanian.
And Pops saw Mom on the flight, and he fell in love.
Wow, thank God for your grandma.
And no, but here's the thing: is the flight landed in Amman, Jordan. My dad checked. He went to the airline counter to find out who this young lady was.
Wow!
And after finding out she was going to be on the next flight back to Rome that evening,
don't say he got on the plane.
He took Grandma to the hotel.
Are you kidding me?
And said, "Grandma, I'll be back tomorrow."
Oh my God!
Got on the same flight and flew back to Rome with.
Well,
of course,
if that don't melt your heart, if you're
that's a great story.
I don't know what does.
And when he got on the plane, he was like, "Oh, fancy meeting you here again."
No. But at that point, my mom kind of freaked out because she said, "Oh, this guy's on the flight again. He's staring at me."
Oh, I'm sure.
And,
I'm sure. I mean, it's kind of like stalker-ish.
Yeah, that's.
You got to do what you got to do,
guys. This is love at first sight.
No, that's awesome story, man.
But I mean, that's a great story. But how did your father break the ice in trying to just?
So when they landed in Rome, did he say, "Hey, let's go get some gelato"?
No. Which
that would have been my starter.
The story goes
Let's
when he
get the
landed
pasta.
in Rome, she split, and her next flight back to Amman was 3 days later.
Don't say he waited.
So Pop stayed in Rome
No,
for 3
he
days.
didn't.
He did.
I love this guy.
He did.
I love this guy.
Kidding me?
He abandoned his mom.
That is a persistent spirit.
He abandons his mom for love.
He sent her a telegram.
That is
I'll
awesome.
see you in 3 days.
That is great.
Wait, so did he stalk her in Rome then, or did he just
No.
hang out?
She has to freak out when she sees him a third time.
3 days later, he was on the flight. At that point, Mom goes and tells the pilot, "There's this crazy man following me."
I believe it.
No.
Yeah.
And the pilot, I think, when they landed in Amman, they talked to my father, and they realized the guy just really liked Mom.
That's funny.
And after that, 3 months later, they were married.
3 months later.
Kidding?
They went to visit the Holy Land for a week.
I mean, that's kind of what they did it back then.
Yeah.
It wasn't years of dating. I think my dad
No.
and my mom 3
Yeah.
months.
Yeah.
2 months. I mean,
Very
it's-
cool.
Yeah. It's like, all right, she seems cool. Let's do it.
But yeah, I think the level of passion that people had back then was. Right now, we're too distracted with all this stuff.
See, I find it opposite. I don't think there was passion in my parents growing up.
Really?
There wasn't time. I guess it depends what part of the
They
world.
expressed their passion differently.
Yeah, completely,
Every time they screamed at us, that was passion.
There wasn't time to cultivate passion. My dad and mother are both one of 10 children. Okay, both my grandparents were farmers, so kids were labor.
Wow.
And my dad used to joke around. It's like we all had like one room we slept in. I don't even know when they made the kids.
That's funny.
And it was just, listen. My dad went to the monastery for 2 years. Okay, you know how that happened? The whatever the what do you call them when they go from village to village? The mission was coming through town. Said, "Hey, do you have any kids you want to send?"
They sent
my
him
grandfather
away.
looked. My dad was. My dad was the closest one. He said, "Take that one." 2
That's
years.
crazy.
2 years.
Just because he was in the wrong spot.
He was in the wrong place at the wrong time. 2 years. 2 years. So, you just don't develop that stuff. Everything is
God bless you.
Yeah, but I mean, it's a different kind of love because I tell you what, you look at my mother and father, man. I mean, my dad is so unique, and my mom is so unique. I couldn't see any other people, have been together,
Working out together.
Yeah, it's crazy. But thank you for this awesome.
Oh, my
stuff.
pleasure.
My
It's from
family
the- it's
loves
from the
this.
family.
My family
That's great.
loves this. They're going to go bonkers about it.
That's awesome,
so,
man. I'm glad.
We mentioned before the segment you were a doctor.
Right.
So you were studying medicine, and then you had an illness that kind of prevented you.
Well, in 2007, after having spent 12 years in higher education, doing a residency in foot ankle surgery, wound care, lower extremity amputation prevention fellowship. I mean, I had done it all. You got to remember, my older brother's a vascular surgeon.
Wow.
So there's no way in hell I could not keep up with the big guy,
Right.
Oh, yeah.
But in 2007, all of a sudden, I remember coming home after a long day of work, and I sat down to watch TV while my wife, Vivian, we're still married, was making dinner. Watching TV, and I see the television screen doesn't look
square.
It looks like a frickin' EKG. You've seen an EKG
Oh, yeah.
reading? That's what the TV looked like to me. So I kind of said, it's a migraine, because I knew migraines can cause visual distortions, whatnot. So I went into the office. I had a home office at the time, and I went on the computer. Frickin' computer screen looked the same.
Oh.
I saw distortions, and make a long story short, I went to the optometrist the next day, and he did his exam and he told me I had cancer of the retina.
Ugh.
So that's when things started to fall apart.
And I want to get more in depth because the last time you were on our show, we didn't discuss a lot of this, but I've done a lot of reading. I've gotten to know a lot more about you.
Thank you.
So there's a lot of. He had a very rough road to get to the cigar industry, and we'll touch more about
Absolutely.
that after the break.
All right, we're going to take a short break. When we get more, lots more with Mr. Gaby Kafie and Kafie 1901 Cigars right here on KMA Talk Radio. Keep it lit.
You're listening to KMA Talk Radio. Follow us on Facebook and Twitter.
We're on Instagram too!
Yes, it's mandatory.
Mike Bellady has collaborated with industry legends Don Pepin Garcia, Manuel Quesada, and Ernesto Perez Carrillo to make some of the industry's most highly touted cigars. Through his company, MLB Cigars, Mike brings you 4 incredible and unique blends. Imperia, Imperia Islero, Imperia Aventador, and the David P. Ehrlich Tremont. MLB Cigars are made with the best minds in the industry. Visit us at MLBCigarVentures.com and follow us on social media. Imperia and David P. Ehrlich Cigars. Developed by legends, smoked by connoisseurs.
Hi, this is Rocky Patel, and I'd like to invite you to try one of our decade cigars. This premier cigar received a 95 rating from Cigar Aficionado, one of the highest ratings ever afforded by that magazine. It's a beautiful Ecuadorian Sumatra wrapper with fillers from Nicaragua and Honduras. This cigar is medium to full-bodied, rich, complex, yet elegant and well-balanced. I promise you, you're going to love the decade. Try it.
For hundreds of years, the indigenous people of the Dominican Republic took tobacco and rolled it tightly into palm leaves. These long cylinders of tobacco, called yagua, created different, unique, robust flavors and aromas, and that original tobacco is now, for the first time, featured in La Aurora Dominican DNA. Full-bodied, robust, spicy, and elegant, La Aurora Dominican DNA is a return to the roots of Dominican cigar making that only La Aurora can provide. Look to the lion. La Aurora Cigars, king of the pride since 1903.
Looking for something unique and awesome? Smoke Oscar Valderas cigars. 2012 Connecticut, 2012 Corojo, 2012 Maduro, the Oscar Habano, the Oscar Maduro, My Way, and our latest creation, Oscar Valderas Cicerone Edition. A great cigar that comes in 5 different collectible boxes with an amazing exclusive artwork. Remember, Oscar has something unique and awesome waiting for you. Ask for Oscar Cigars in your favorite cigar shop.
Dunbarton Tobacco and Trust and its master ligador, Steve Saka, is crafting the very finest cigars available today. One such brand is his Todos los Dias. This liga is very smooth with tastes of dark chocolate and figs, with a nice sweet chili pepper that escalates in warmth as you smoke it. On the palate, it feels like a medium-bodied smoke, but it is lying to you, as this cigar is quite strong. From the first puff, there is no doubt of the origin of Todos los Dias, or that it is intended solely for the seasoned cigar smoker. Viva Nicaragua!
To affinity and beyond. That is where Affinity Cigars will take you. These mild to medium cigars use only the finest select high-grade Ecuadorian Connecticut tobacco, creating a cigar that delivers a smooth, rich, creamy smoke with the gentleness of a mother's touch. Affinity Cigars have become America's go-to cigar for that flavorful yet unintimidating smoking experience. Visit syndicatocigars.com to find your nearest authorized dealer.
Insurance companies have a very unique business model that the general public doesn't understand. Insurance companies make profit only one way, taking in premiums and paying out less on claims than they take in premiums. In doing this, they oftentimes deny legitimate people with viable claims fair compensation.
We know accidents happen. They happen every day. The good thing about insurance is it helps people do the right thing when they've caused accidents. You know, if I cause an accident, the first thing I want to do is make sure the person is okay, the person's taken care of. The insurance gives us the ability to do the right thing. Unfortunately, the insurance company treats people like statistics instead of human beings. And that's why you need an experienced attorney to make sure the insurance company does the right thing.
800-866-LAWS. Welcome back. You're listening to KMA Talk Radio. Follow us on Facebook and Twitter.
We're on Instagram too!
Yes, it's mandatory.
Welcome back to KMA Talk Radio, broadcasting live here in Palm Beach Gardens, Florida. I'm Adam K. the Brewmeister. Is that like the, what in the world is that like the...
He said it's Beck.
It's Beck?
Wow.
All right.
It's the royalty-free.
Oh, the song? Wow, there you go.
Wow.
I knew that.
Yeah, all right,
I knew that.
Like, here we go. We're a little bit of the pan flute music this morning, apparently. Is that what we're going with?
Yeah, he's a centaur.
Yeah. The centaur and the pan flute. This is what's happening.
Wow, are you sure you're not hungover?
Not at all. Why? Pan flute?
I know there's
a pan flute
listen,
reference
There's
gets that?
something wrong with him today.
Listen, I'm telling you, there's so many times I've asked him that question. What he doesn't realize is I'd feel almost better if he just said yeah. And he just never catches that. I'd almost rather he'd say, I'm blasted out of my mind. I'm sorry. But no, he just wants to insist that this is his norm.
It's how I get normal.
Look, he doesn't know what to say.
With me, of course.
Why don't you introduce our guest?
All right, we're here with Dr. Gaby Kafie. We're sorry we brought you into this nonsense. Yeah, you sure?
We didn't have a show last week.
I enjoy this.
I got 2 weeks of pent-up energy.
Oh, yeah. And all kinds of things. This is what happens when you come back from vacation.
I'm so
Things
lucky.
go crazy.
So I don't want to waste too much time. We got 8 minutes before the top of the hour. So we were talking about the road to the cigar business because we really didn't get in depth about this last time. You had one interesting road. So at one point after your illness, you decided to get out of the business.
Get out of what
The
business?
podiatry.
Yeah, well, I had to.
Right.
I
you
was
couldn't work.
forced to quit.
So you closed.
Yeah.
You got a clinic or something?
I had a clinic and I closed it. I was fortunate that the medical board allowed me to keep my license.
Right.
You know,
But you get audited.
I get audited at the same
You
time.
get audited, and they say you owe $40,000.
I owed $40,000. They said it was fraudulent billing.
Yes.
What?
Yes.
Yeah,
He got
fraud.
charged with fraudulent billing. They say he overbilled $40,000, and the end number ended up being what?
Like $240.
Less than
Yeah.
$250.
We were forced at the time to hire, obviously, a lawyer.
Of course.
And then we hired an independent
Lawyers win.
auditor.
Lawyers win. Always
So
win.
When the independent auditor came in and did his own audit of what the state had been accusing me of, the amount was $200.
This was a rookie audit. That was his first audit. The guy was out of New York.
Yeah, exactly.
Rookie auditor. That was his first audit.
So I was like literally his guinea pig. He got to practice.
Right.
You know, I think the department was called Medicaid Program Integrity. He got to practice
Program
on me.
integrity. Not much integrity there.
But,
so you get to keep your license.
I got to keep my license.
So now
of
he
course.
thinks, okay, that's behind me now. But no, you got another hurdle, right?
Well, the major hurdle was my health.
You had an issue with a big insurance company.
Oh,
yeah.
God.
You had a big. We won't name the insurance company. You know, I'm sure they got offices somewhere in the Northwest and mutual areas around there. But thank you. I was waiting for that.
All caught
Well,
up.
actually, I don't mind if you mention the company. It doesn't matter. But
I didn't want to give him the free press.
Yeah.
But
thank you. I appreciate that.
But no, this was a
You're
really
smarter than I am.
This was a really big issue.
Yeah.
I mean, he because of his condition, he had to close down his clinic. He was getting insurance claims, disability claims from them, whatever. And then after 6 months of paying
after
it,
6, 7, 8 months, they basically said, I don't have any problems.
he doesn't have a medical condition.
My findings were subjective. Basically, I made them up.
You made up having retinal cancer.
Yeah, and they quit paying. So,
and then they claimed, but they claimed that it was about the condition, but when they canceled it, I read this somewhere, they didn't even know about the condition at the time. They kind of retroactively went back and said...
That's what they do.
Right.
That's what they do.
They had already canceled the policy, didn't know about the condition, then went back and whatever. So, and this ends up being a long battle.
A 3-year court battle.
Which they lose.
Which they lost twice.
Right.
Not just once, twice.
Right, because even after they lost, they continued to harass
They
you
would
and
go
your
on
physician with tons of paperwork.
But I'll share this with you, that the reason it took 3 years was because the first thing we had to do was change Florida law.
This case actually changed the way disability law
because
handled.
if you were a insurance policy holder for disability insurance in the state of Florida and the company's based outside of Florida, we won't say where they're at. The law stated that we could not sue for future benefits. We can only sue for reinstatement of the contract, which at the time was maybe, I don't know, $5,000-$10,000.
Right.
No, actually maybe a little bit more. But they had acted in such, the term is bad faith. in such a deleterious way to really do harm to me that our team of lawyers really felt, hey, you know what, this is one of those cases where even if we do reinstate your benefits, I don't think you want to be in the relationship with this insurance company the rest of your life.
Right, they're trying to mess with you.
Yeah. So let's just try to change Florida statute, which we did, which was, I think, 1 in a million.
Right.
This is what's amazing about this case, because that case will go down in history. If there's ever another disability case like mine, they'll be able to reference my case to
as setting the precedent.
You're right. When you're watching TV shows, it's
thank you.
As so and so versus so and so, whatever. This would be one of those cases.
This is Kafie versus the state.
And they even offered to just buy out the policy, so you guys didn't have to deal with each other.
Yeah, but you know what? When I got into medicine, I didn't do it for the money. When I got into even this business, I don't do things for the money. I do things because I love to do things. And when I saw the injustice that existed in the disability world and the way, I started doing research as to how many companies are based out of Florida. 0. They're all based in the middle of where nobody wants to live.
Right.
Because they're protected there. They're sheltered against lawsuits.
Of course.
But not anymore.
So, we're going to get down to the cigar side. I mean, this is the road. He's a physician. He had some family illnesses and deaths. Lost your father, your brother got sick.
Yeah, my brother had cancer also.
A whole slew of stuff. Gets audited. Gets in a bad lawsuit. I mean, this one you pretty much got to feel almost broken.
Yeah, I was broken. Financially, spiritually. I went through depression for about a year, and I remember my doctor, ironically, he had gone through something similar with cancer, and he started prescribing things like Lexapro. And I said, you know what, I got nothing to lose, I'll take them. But after 3-4 months, when you're on that kind of medication,
you zone out.
You're numb.
Yeah.
You're like a zombie.
You zone out.
And I said that, I'm not going to use, I want to use bad words, but I'm not going to.
Thank you.
But I said,
thank you very much.
Enough with
This is
that.
still technically radio. Yeah.
I really said enough with that. I want to feel the raw pain.
Yeah.
And that's what I did. I went through that raw pain, and I mastered where I was at. And the blessing was that I hit rock bottom, and there's only one way to go up from there.
Yeah, that's true.
You don't know the good without the bad.
Yeah.
And so then you get into cigars.
Well, I got it. First of all, my family, my friends. You've
had a history
my wife.
of cigars.
I've been a cigar lover since I was 18 years old. The family's always loved cigars. One of my best friends growing up was Christian Adoa.
Oh,
him and I.
Sorry.
Christian's.
No.
I was waiting for that.
He's a
Christian
good guy.
and I are listen. Yeah. Speak of this guy. Listen. His dad owned this beautiful car. It was a Cadillac convertible. Okay. Beautiful car.
What'd
Classic.
you do?
No. I remember. I can't remember when it was, but I saw it like years ago. I must have said, "Dude, I want that car. You ever want to sell it? Call me first." I'm on vacation last week. I get a text from him. Hey, you ready to buy my dad's car? I said, what happened? What's wrong? What's first question? I show you a text. What's wrong with it? Nothing. My dad's just tired of it, wants to get rid of it or whatever.
Wow.
So I still don't buy this, And I'm like, how much? And he's like, $3,000.
Oh, not bad.
Kidding me? The car was like mint. It was like nothing. I'm like, all right, seriously, dude, what's going on over? I guess they started the car. The story is, he showed me the video. He started the car.
Oh God, I saw
it
the
caught
video.
fire. It burned down the whole garage.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Burned down the whole garage.
No way.
Yes, almost caught his whole house on fire. This was a garage attached to his house. And then sends me a text the next day. They're taking it out of hitch. The car is charred black. Nothing left of the car. And he goes, "It's on its way to you."
That's funny, man. I saw that post. I had no idea they were trying to pitch you a car.
Oh yeah, he's trying to sell it to me first.
That's Christian. I love him.
That's Christian.
I love him, man.
It's a true story.
So you grew up with Christian, Gabby?
Well, no. We kind of started hanging out when I came out here for medical school.
Oh, okay.
We started hanging out, and then come to find out, his mother, who I love, is related to my wife's grandmother.
Wow, 6 degrees of separation.
Yeah, and then I come to find out my wife's also related to the owners of Joya de Nicaragua.
Oh, really?
Oh, wow.
So, yeah, from her mother's side. So, it was
Dr. Alejandro.
Yeah, we're blessed to be surrounded by some really good people who have been there whenever we have any questions or guidance. But since the last time I was here, we've I went from being in the cigar business to now.
Oh, no, yeah, we're
really being in the business.
Well, we're going to get into that. And
Yes.
Are you still in coffee, too?
Yeah, we're doing
going to get
coffee
into
as well.
that and coffee.
Oh, yeah, we've got a lot of great stuff to come. We still have 30 seconds I have to kill, though. So,
Oh, do you?
Yes.
Didn't know. My clock's off over here.
I haven't even looked at it, so it's not a whole thing. We didn't want to get into a giant diatribe. There's a lot of stuff going on. I will make sure I reset the clock during the long break that we have to take here.
Yes.
We will come back. We will
More
talk
with Gaby Kafie.
more with Gaby Kafie.
Funny and say
We'll talk to Coop as well.
Oh, Coop's
calling
coming on.
Oh, nice.
Yes,
Good.
we're going to talk to Coop. We're going to see what's going on in the news. Been off for an entire week, so I'm sure there's a lot of great stuff and a lot of interesting stories that have been happening in the news. So much great stuff to come in the second hour of KMA Talk Radio. Keep it lit.
Win a date with Adam K. the Brewmeister.
Tickle, tickle. I'm overjoyed. It's I didn't even have breakfast. I just went out the house.
Win a date with Adam K. the Brewmeister.
It's already changing my life. I'm thinking of like with the family, with myself, having the accessibility and the option is really what it's about.
Win a date with the Brewmeister.
One of the things is that you can go with your kids and like have memories and like go on road trips. So it's also a bonding thing for the family. It's nice sometimes to just have the freedom to go on a ride, just take a drive.
Well, we're going to make that happen. Win a date with the Brewmeister.
And the winner is...
We'll never know really what her true feelings are.
Wow.
She's not allowed to share those feelings.
Wow.
But she's also used to meeting controversial figures. But
Wow.
I think the fact that the meeting went over by 17 minutes indicates that they were perhaps quite enjoying their tea together.
Win a date with Adam K. the Brewmeister. Dutch treat, of course.
That's fantastic.
You're listening to KMA Talk Radio. Follow us on Facebook and Twitter.
We're on Instagram too.
Yes, it's mandatory.
The Southeast Club of the Year is Spearmint Rhino, where every night is a party surrounded by the hottest entertainers from around the world. Start your week like a rock star with Magnum Mondays, Belvedere, and Moët Magnums, only $100. Keep it going with $10 Tuesdays, $10 dances all day, all night. Every Warrior Wednesday, they salute those who serve with 20% off tabs and $100 bottles for first responders and active military, offering drink and food specials daily and guest DJs weekly. Spearmint Rhino is South Florida's sports headquarters. Watch your favorite sporting events, including boxing and UFC matches that can all be viewed from many large-screen HD TVs. Party in South Florida's best adult playground and head over to Spearmint Rhino and mention at the door, Honest Abe sent you for free entry. That's right, free entry. Also available to all military with valid ID. For more information or employment opportunities, visit spearmintrhino.com or stop by in person.
WSVU North Palm Beach, W240CI North Palm Beach, W295BJ Jupiter, W223CJ West Palm Beach.
Once in a lifetime, something comes along that changes the game. That time is now. The Blast by Infinity is the most advanced, scientifically proven multi-purpose protectant on the market today. The Blast eliminates all smoke and odor on contact and creates a long-lasting barrier of protection. The Blast works on clothing, textiles, and hard surfaces. Water-based, non-toxic, hypoallergenic, 100% guaranteed. Safe for human and pets. Visit InfinityOdorShield.com.
Nestor Miranda has always believed it's not just cigars, it's a lifestyle. And the Nestor Miranda collection is handmade at My Father Cigars in Esteli, Nicaragua for your lifestyle. It doesn't matter if you're smooth like the Connecticut, mellow as a Habano, bold like the Maduro, or spicy like the all-new Corojo. The Nestor Miranda collection is blended with your lifestyle in mind. 4 sizes, 4 blends, 1 life. Celebrate your lifestyle with the cigars of the Nestor Miranda collection today.
Cigar enthusiasts, did you know your personal freedom to enjoy a fine cigar is affected by some form of smoking ban in all 50 states? Additionally, taxation on premium cigars is at its highest level in history, with some states taxing at an astronomical rate of 75%. Finally, there's a solution. CRA, Cigar Rights of America, is the first and only non-profit public advocacy association fighting for your freedom to enjoy a fine cigar. Don't just sit there. Become part of the solution. Become a CRA member today. Membership is only $35 a year. That's less than $3 a month. And as a special bonus, CRA will send you 2 limited edition cigars as a way to say thank you for joining. Visit cigarrights.org for more information and to become a member.
The Oliva family, the makers of some of the most affordable yet highest rated premium cigars available. For 7 straight years, Cigar Aficionado has rated Oliva as one of the best cigars of the year. And Oliva has a cigar for all smokers, from the newly released Gilberto Oliva Reserva to the bold and rich Oliva Serie V. Oliva cigars can be found at a tobacconist near you, so always ask for Oliva, an unbeatable value and uncompromising quality. The Oliva family of cigars.
A brand more than 100 years in the making, Particulares was established in Havana, Cuba in 1895, operating as an elite factory that would later introduce the world to classic brands such as Byron, Particulares, and even Monte Cristo. Now, Sindicato Cigars is proud to bring this historic brand back to life, partnering with the legendary Topsa factory in Esteli, Nicaragua, to reimagine this Cuban classic as a modern-day Nicaraguan puro. Transport yourself to a bygone era of Cuban nostalgia with Particulares by Sindicato. For more information, visit sindicato.com.
You're listening to KMA Talk Radio. Follow us on Facebook and Twitter.
We're on Instagram too!
Yes, it's mandatory.
Monitor 3 humidors at once from one simple device. Caring for your cigars is easy with the new PuroTemp wireless hygrometer from Zycar. You now have the ability to monitor the humidity and temperature in 3 humidors without even having to open them. Ensure protection by setting simple alerts that will warn you when your cigars are not in the optimal environment. Like everything Zycar, this is backed by their lifetime warranty. Stop by your local tobacconist to purchase yours today. Zycar, for life.
To affinity and beyond. That is where Affinity Cigars will take you. These mild to medium cigars use only the finest select high-grade Ecuadorian Connecticut tobacco, creating a cigar that delivers a smooth, rich, creamy smoke with the gentleness of a mother's touch. Affinity Cigars have become America's go-to cigar for that flavorful yet unintimidating smoking experience. Visit syndicatocigars.com to find your nearest authorized dealer.
The Oliva family, the makers of some of the most affordable yet highest rated premium cigars available. For 7 straight years, Cigar Aficionado has rated Oliva as one of the best cigars of the year. And Oliva has a cigar for all smokers, from the newly released Gilberto Oliva Reserva to the bold and rich Oliva Serie V. Oliva cigars can be found at a tobacconist near you, so always ask for Oliva, an unbeatable value and uncompromising quality. The Oliva family of cigars.
The recently released Perdomo Double-Aged 12-Year Vintage is an extremely rare blend of Perdomo's finest and most cherished 12-year-old fillers, binders, and wrappers. Bale-aged for 10 years and then barrel-aged in bourbon barrels for an additional 2 years, these exquisite Nicaraguan tobaccos are bursting with rich, complex flavors. Offered in Connecticut, sun-grown, or Maduro, available at only 250 authorized tobacconists worldwide, the Perdomo Double-Aged 12-Year Vintage is a must-have for every cigar enthusiast.
Monte Cristo has set the standard once again, turning back the hands of time by utilizing a long-forgotten, unique aging process that harmonizes the flavors of the wrapper, binder, and filler with the use of small pilones. Monte Cristo Epic Craft Cured is an exquisite cigar you must try now. Available nationally for the first time, Monte Cristo Epic Craft Cured features a 2006 Nicaraguan Rosado Oscuro wrapper that is both beautiful and distinctive. This cigar is a masterpiece no one should miss. Make sure you get one today at your local tobacconist. Monte Cristo Epic Craft Cured.
Awarded the 2014 Nicaraguan Cigar of the Year with numerous 90-plus ratings, the Perdomo 20th Anniversary Cigar celebrates Tabacalera Perdomo's 20 years as one of Nicaragua's largest premium cigar manufacturers. Using only the highest priming tobaccos grown exclusively by the Perdomo family, the 20th Anniversary Cigar has a tremendous profile with layer upon layer of rich, elegant, complex flavors. Visit your nearest authorized tobacconist today and experience the masterful blend of these Nicaraguan puros. Now available in extremely limited edition pyramid size in sun-grown or Maduro.
Welcome back. You're listening to KMA Talk Radio. Follow us on Facebook and Twitter.
We're on Instagram too!
Yes, it's mandatory.
Welcome back to KMA Talk Radio, broadcasting live here in Palm Beach Gardens, Florida. I am Adam K. the Brewmeister. With me, of course, Mr. Honest Dave himself. And this is episode number 307.
In fact, Gabby said no bad words before the bank, which, by the way, great movie. Bad words.
No bad words.
Wasn't it Jason Bateman? Bad words. Spelling Bee one? Oh, great movie. Nobody, Paul, you don't know it either? Bad Words?
No.
No.
All right, get it today.
Before our time.
I'm
like a year or two ago.
I'm a little busy.
What are you busy doing?
Taking care of my son.
You're not doing nothing. She's breastfeeding. She's feeding him. What are you doing?
Moral support. All you're doing is moral support.
Have you changed the diaper yet?
Yeah.
You have?
Yeah, many.
Wow.
Did they teach you at the hospital how to change the diaper?
No, that was Daddy Day Camp.
Yeah, I took
But
Daddy
he
Boot Camp and First
He took
Parent
Daddy
class,
Boot Camp.
and I took a lot of classes.
Is that a movie or you actually did that?
I
No, he
actually
did
did.
it. I said, why
That's inconceivable.
Wait. He goes, I said, why do you need to go to that? He goes, well, how are you going to learn how to change a diaper? That's what he said to me. How are you going to learn how to change a diaper?
I just got news, just so you know. Your former producer, John, is actually going to Daddy Boot Camp as well. So.
And now you know.
Just to be clear, that's a testament against you.
Yeah.
I just want to be clear. The former producer who we fired, who couldn't handle doing the show, is taking that class. And you think that supports your position.
I'm just
listen. I love you, man, but Daddy Boot Camp sounds like honeymoon boot camp. We won't go there.
I've never
But
even
we'll leave it
held
at beach.
I've never even held a newborn until my son.
Yeah, Bad Words. Bad
There you
Words.
go.
Jason Bateman. It's hilarious. This grown man finds a loophole where he could be in the kids' spelling bee, the national contest.
Yeah.
So he's a grown man, and he befriends this little Indian kid. Oh, dude, it's hilarious. It's hilarious.
Gotta watch it.
Gotta watch it. Bad Words.
I'll look for it on Netflix and Prime.
I'm telling you, worth it. You'll laugh.
Absolutely. All right. So this has been the movies segment of KMA
Right?
Talk Radio, where we give you great movies.
Saw Deadpool 2.
That's awesome.
So. You got a call?
No.
Oh, cool.
He's on the phone.
Yes.
I didn't know if you guys knew.
I know. I
didn't-
saw the thing ringing earlier.
I didn't know there was the hang loose symbol or what you were doing.
You know,
Now
the
I got
hang
it.
10?
I thought he was doing a little Hawaii.
Yeah. It's one of those shows. Anyway, it's now let's see what's going on this week in the news.
Hey, yo, what's my theme music?
The Scoop with Coop. Breaking industry news. Hear it first on KMA Talk Radio and cigar-coop.com.
Calling from the hills of the Carolinas, Mr. William Cooper himself. Coop, what's happening?
Good morning, everybody. Good morning, Gabby.
Good morning, William. Thank you.
Coop, what is going on? How are things this week?
Things quieted down this week after what was a crazy week the week before with the whole Altria Nat Sherman controversy. So it seemed like last weekend kind of calmed things down a lot among people. But that obviously was a big story, I think. Obviously, we didn't do the show last week, but big story.
Yeah, it was a heated story. In fact, I had about a 60-minute phone conversation with Michael Herklotz. He tried reaching me before I went out of town. I went off. I was one of the guys. I didn't go off massively. There were some guys who went massively. I said, look, I'm probably going to end up pulling this product off the shelf. But I also went on there, and I felt like, and I'm pretty sure you're going to agree with me, a lot of the animosity was misdirected. They were blaming Michael. They were blaming Nat Sherman. And, I got in a heated debate with someone who I respect, another blogger in the industry, who... his stance was, well, Nat Sherman should know who they sell their company to. Because I'm like, this is not a Nat Sherman issue. This is not a Michael Herklotz issue.
No.
This is the position of Altria has been this way forever.
Yeah.
Okay? These guys are pro-regulation. I don't care what they say. I know they released that report, and, the spin on the report or the stance of Michael is, and of course Michael, works for them, and, everything I say is by memory of my conversation with him. But, they went on to say in that document, and I'm sure you read it too, Coop, that they believe that there should be a different type of regulation for premium cigars, and there should be a standard, and that one size fits all doesn't work in the tobacco industry. But at the end of the day, I just know big tobacco, and it's always for them, and I don't care how you slice it, I don't care how many layers of the onion you peel back, it's about leveraging themselves to have the advantage. And that's what it is. They did it with the cigarette industry. They came out, they banned flavored cigars, they banned cloves, right? So no more flavored cigarettes. Sorry.
Yeah.
They banned flavored cigarettes, they banned cloves, right? So all of a sudden overnight, you couldn't get a flavored cigarette anywhere in the country. But menthol is still on the shelves.
Yeah.
How is menthol not a flavor? Are there naturally growing?
You know
you're obviously no tobacco. Are there naturally growing mint tobacco plants?
No. That's a big controversial flavor.
But this is the problem with what big tobacco does. So at the end of the day, I still don't. I don't have a trust for them. I don't think that they do anything that's in the best of the industry. I believe they'll always do what's best for them long term.
Well, I think the worst thing that could have happened to the premium cigar industry was cigarette companies starting to acquire cigar companies.
Because
it's happened.
I had this
times.
exact discussion with Michael Herklotz. It should have never happened, and they should get out. And the problem is, a lot of times they're not acquiring these companies for the premium cigar side.
Correct.
That's the other problem.
The whole reason Altria bought Nat Sherman was because
the cigarettes.
All the cigarettes that are predicate. A huge pile of cigarettes that are predicate.
And while I have some friends who are going to argue with me on this, I say Swisher didn't buy Drew Estate for the premium cigar. I believe they bought them for the mass market potential of the Acid brand.
Yeah,
correct.
When 6 months after the acquisition, I see an Acid poster in Costco.
Yeah.
Oh God.
For some smaller whatever. Yeah. So that's the argument. So and do you believe these companies are going to protect what generates 1% of their revenue, or are they going to protect what makes 99% of the revenue?
They're mass market companies.
Coop, we're going long here, so plan on doing more than one segment, pal.
Hopefully you don't let it go anywhere.
we got too much to talk about, not enough time today.
Oh, this is going to be all of that and that.
So did you get a chance to talk to Mike Herklotz?
Yes, I did. And look, here's the thing. Did Cigar Aficionado, which put out the story, do a good job on that story? I don't think they did. I know the way they're capable of writing.
Well, I think they did. I think they did exactly what they wanted to do.
Yes.
Right.
Yeah.
But
I think
Altria and Nat Sherman can't use that article as an excuse for their position. Their position has been well documented, and they can't use that article. And that's just my opinion. They can't blame the article because the position was well documented.
It is their position. It's always been their position.
Right. Now, Abe, here was my question to a bunch, because a lot of retailers were asking me. I said, well, if this position was, when the acquisition happened in early 2017, that was Altria's position. My question is, why wasn't the product removed from the shelves 18 months ago? If you felt so strongly because Altria had this position.
That's
a great point. And on the same token, somebody said, "Hey, are you taking Nat Sherman cigarettes off the shelf?" Well, if that's the case, I should be taking Marlboros off the shelf, or
absolutely,
because Altis makes cigarettes. Their parent company has tobacco cigarette brands, and it's a mess. It's a mess. I think the problem was this position has always kind of been known within the industry. We've always known that the big tobacco companies are not for any kind of separation of regulation. And their argument, a lot of them, even the guys who do machine mades who are in premium, not just cigarette companies, the machine made mass market cigars, their argument is for decades, their money has fueled any type of protective legislation or anything, because that's where the money is. 98% of the money is not in premium cigars. We're only 2%, I believe, of the tobacco industry. So their money's protected us for years, and then now there's a problem. We want to bail out.
Yeah.
We want nothing to do with them, and that's their position, and it's always been that way. It just became different when they put it on paper,
right,
and submitted a testimony basically to the FDA saying the position. It just kind of brought it into a different light. It's kind of like, don't ask, don't tell policy, and we're just going to act like it doesn't exist, and then all of a sudden they put it right out there.
Sadly, that doesn't work.
Because now it's become problematic. Now, because the real problem is, because us as retailers, we've always known this. We've always had the fights internally with this. Now it's become consumer knowledge all over the country.
How's that?
And that's
Abe, the one thing about this that hurt was, Michael Herklotz built a connection to his retailers and his consumers since he got the Nat Sherman. The job he did. And he established that connection like we have with a lot of these brands out there. And I think when that was printed in the ANPRM, I think that's what triggered such the emotional reaction for people, because they felt like they were so connected to Nat Sherman, and now they felt betrayed.
But see, I didn't feel that at all. In fact, that's why I went on. I defended them.
But I think people did. I think a lot of people did.
A lot of people did, and that's why I posted what I posted. I said, look, this guy's an employee. Michael don't make these decisions. I was at a private lunch during a trade show. I think they maybe invited 8 of us, 10 of us at the most. Right when Michael got hired by Nat Sherman, and I've been in the business 20 years. When I first got in the business over 20 years ago, I carried Nat Sherman brands. I carried a lot of Hobart, a lot of Host, Metropolitan, all different packaging, most of it than it is today. Carried these brands, and then they died. What happened was JR acquired the right to basically that brand, and they were selling it online it just became an internet brand. Fell off the shelves, and they bought us to tell us that they want to change that image. And I'm like, dude, that's like trying to turn a 18-wheeler doing 90 miles an hour. That's like not easy.
Yeah.
You want to like do a U-turn at 90 miles an hour on an 18-wheel truck. But they had this thing, and they bought us. They talked to us, and they gave us a chance. And he did a great job of building that brand up as a B&M brand. He really did. And Michael Hertlock has done a lot for this industry. Has been an asset to the industry. The Nat Sherman family is probably one of the most restored people in the industry. This has nothing to do with them. If I sell my company, if they start selling porn and DVDs after, I'm out.
Yeah.
I worked my 30 years and bled. You want me to continue to worry about it after I've gotten out? But some of these guys believe that. I got an argument with the guy, no, they should know who they're selling to. Man, I can't worry about it. I got no control over it.
The ANPRMs were... sorry, William, I'll just take up a minute real quick.
No, it's open talk.
Feel free.
Open discussion.
I wrote up in the ad blog. So
I wrote 2 letters, and a lot of us have been dedicating so much time to really emphasize why premium cigars are so different than all other tobacco products. We've had this momentum, and that letter from Altria Group literally felt like it derailed any momentum that we had developed over the past 2 or 3 months. But one of the things I've noticed, obviously coming from a different industry, medicine, to the cigar industry, is we're very slow to react in the cigar industry.
So slow.
We're so
the worst.
slow.
The worst.
We're very
disorganized. We're very broken up in the we're very segmented and slow.
Right.
In fact, the only really fast people are the people with the money, which are the cigarette companies.
Correct.
Those guys operate overnight.
So I think we got to change our attitude about things moving forward. Our IPCPR, CRA, they do a fantastic job. I try to help as much as I can. Obviously, we're a small company, limited resources. But
CAAs.
CAA is a monster, but
that's where the big money's at.
Hopefully, we can grow into joining them. But we're very slow to react, and I think that's why we ended up where we're at. I mean, the fact that we're still trying to define what a cigar is, I mean, we should have done this 10 years ago. I'm sorry, it's just my opinion.
I agree.
You're right.
Well, we weren't seeing far enough into the future. We're very good at creating a La La Land, a Disneyland that we exist in. When the original proposal for S-chip came out, right? They thought it was like 10 cents. I remember this story. No one acted on it until they finally, because I think it said 100%. Up to 100% tax, and they thought it was like 10%. They said, "Oh, it was a typo." They didn't realize that. Oh my God, no, this wasn't a typo. This is what the government wants to do before they put the cap on it. It was really, we just create this. That's why all these smoking bans get passed. When they passed the smoking ban here in Florida, I remember the next morning when, you couldn't go into your favorite bar and smoke anymore.
Wow.
Everybody's going nuts. Well, where were you? Where were you the last 4 or 5 months when everybody was crying about this? No, because here's what happened in this country at some point. At some point, we were so comfortable with our liberties and our freedoms, we couldn't imagine something like this being taken away. And that's what happens to us. How could they make cigars illegal? How could they make me not be able to walk into a humidor and pick out my own cigar?
Yeah.
How could that? That's like some futuristic sci-fi movie. Mm-hmm. That's not where I live today, in the country I live in today. But this is what happens, and we get blindsided.
Yeah.
And that's what happens.
So this is been completely off the rails, kind of a.
But good conversation.
Yes,
that's
absolutely.
what we're about.
This is what we're about.
Having good conversation.
But Coop, what else is going on in the news this week?
There was some, there was actually some post-IPCPR news. Miami Cigar and Company announced that there is a new value price line coming out. It's called Cazadores. It's going to be priced between $375 and $425. It's going to feature a Connecticut wrapper, Indonesian binder, and fillers from the Dominican Republic in 3 sizes. The interesting thing is they didn't show this cigar at the trade show. It's something that they've announced post-IPCPR, which I thought was kind of interesting only a few weeks past the show.
Huh. Well, I mean, sometimes stuff's just not ready for the show, so hey, we're going to wait till 2 weeks after the show and then tell you about it.
Exactly.
Sounds like a winner.
Yep.
What else you got going on? Anything else, Coop?
My Father Cigars latest release is starting to hit the stores. It's the My Father La Gran Oferta. It's the 6th blend that's branded as My Father that's being released. This one's going to have a Habano Rosado wrapper. It's going to be a little more, I'd say, from what I've been talking to the My Father folks, a little more dialed back than some of the My Father cigars that you've seen branded as My Father in the past right now.
Did you get a chance to smoke it?
Yes, I did, and I thought it was good.
All right, good.
I thought it was very good. I agree with that. Yeah, I think it's been. I enjoyed it a lot.
Good.
Oh, and it actually comes in 20-count boxes rather than 23, like all the other My Father branded things.
Yeah, I thought that was interesting too. Actually, but they went to a standard 20-count box. Yes.
It's amazing what happens. So, what else is happening?
Somebody just told them. It's like standard to do 20-count box. Really?
Not a 23. Amazing.
That's funny.
Tatawahi had a very busy show as well. There was a lot of stuff, and in particular, the Surrogates brand, which is a line of cigars that Pete Johnson's been involved with, had a couple of new releases, and they're starting to hit the stores. First of all, there's a new blend. It's called the Surrogates 8-Baller. It's a Connecticut broadleaf cigar over Nicaraguan tobacco. Kind of like some of the, kind of just the analogy with the My Father, this is a little more of a dial-back Connecticut broadleaf compared to some of the other surrogate Connecticut broadleafs out there. It's going to be in one size, a 5 3/4 by 56 box press out there, and that's already should be hitting the stores. And if you're also a Surrogates fan, there's a new size of the satin glove, the 654, which is a Mexican San Andreas wrapper, and it's a 6 by 54 size, which is a little smaller than the original satin glove. So you should start seeing that hit the stores as well.
All right. So what else is happening this week on CigarCoop?
This week on CigarCoop.com, we're hoping to finish up our IPCPR recaps this week. So we have a review coming out of a cigar called Cornelius and Anthony's The Gent. So you want to take a look for that one as well. So stay tuned.
All right, fantastic. Awesome. Coop, keep up the good work. We will talk to you next week. And as always, make sure you're checking out cigar-coop.com for the latest news, information, and fantastic reviews.
You going to be anywhere on the road?
I just was up in New York. So this week I'm actually planning on being home the whole week. But I was actually up in New York a couple of days this week.
His wife said he has to be home.
That's funny.
I was about to say your wife's probably like...
I was not cigar related up in New York, too. I was there. So.
But you were smoking cigars. I saw your pictures.
Yeah, but I had people wanting to smoke with me during the day. I said, no, I actually had other business I had to do. I couldn't break away. So, but at night I did get a few places to smoke, yes.
All right, there we go. Thanks, Coop, and as always,
take care.
Be good.
All right, take care.
Right. Make sure you're checking out cigar-coop.com for the latest news, information, and reviews of quality cigars and cigar-related products. That's a fun news week. A lot of great new stuff is hitting the shelves, and, well, obviously we've got to talk about the elephant in the room with the Altria story, and that was the best.
You missed it, but there's a pretty heavy Facebook debate on KMA Talk Radio because Abe was defending, like he was saying just now, he was defending Michael Herklotz and saying this is not a Herklotz issue.
Yeah. I just thought any anger directed at them was misguided. It really is. That's like somebody getting mad at one of my employees for a judgment call or a policy that I have in the store, which, that frustrates me when anybody, abuses my staff, for something that's not their thing. So, but we had a couple of heated debates on Facebook this year.
Yeah, you've been picking them.
You know what? But I enjoy that conversation. I mean, there's always, we had a troller this week.
Oh,
he was like really bad.
He has left the page.
Yeah, I think I instigated it. Look, I did instigate, but if you know me and you watch my show, I'm a ball buster. That's what I do. So he came out and made a comment like off the wall, whatever, and I said, "Really, you really think that this is normal?" And then I, looked at his profile picture, and I have a problem with anybody who thinks a profile picture should be taken in front of a mirror This pose.
He took a lot of effort.
But this is everybody. This pose, Instagram, what do you call it? Tinder.
Yeah.
This pose sickens me. Girls do it in the bathrooms of clubs, but they'll sit there, and not only do they put the phone in the mirror to take the picture, they can't even look at the mirror, so it looks like you're looking at them. It's them looking at the phone.
I know.
It's like the most retarded, convoluted way to take a picture of yourself.
I do think that we are willing to accept a girl's photo more than a guy doing that.
But it's still a convoluted way.
It is.
You know?
Dudes don't do this.
Listen to me.
Twisted. Dude.
Look, I have a guy who handles a lot of our social media, AJ Smokes, and I taught him because when I do my own selfies, when I do them with people in the background or something, I always say, don't look at your picture. It makes for a better picture if you look at the camera lens, because then it's like a normal picture. But everybody's got this new world photography is to look away from the lens because you're looking at yourself. So I said that, and man, did that start a whole...
It looks like you're like retrospective, like you're looking off into the distance.
No,
and
it looks pretty retarded.
This look into photography and everything brought to you in part by social media is brought to you in part by KMA Talk Radio.
More with Gaby.
Make sure we're going to talk to Gaby about cigars.
Cigars, yes.
Yes, because, well, we only have 30 minutes left of the show. So keep it lit.
You're listening to KMA Talk Radio. Follow us on Facebook and Twitter.
We're on Instagram too.
Yes, it's mandatory.
Once in a lifetime, something comes along that changes the game. That time is now. The Blast by Infinity is the most advanced, scientifically proven multi-purpose protectant on the market today. The Blast eliminates all smoke and odor on contact and creates a long-lasting barrier of the Blast works on clothing, textiles, and hard surfaces. Water-based, non-toxic, hypoallergenic, 100% guaranteed. Safe for human and pets. Visit InfinityOdorShield.com.
Toscano cigars have been pleasing the palates of cigar enthusiasts for centuries. What began as an accident is now a unique and delicious smoking experience passed down through generations. Whether you're a full-bodied cigar lover who appreciates the power of our Toscano Original, hand-rolled in our factory of Lucha, or someone who prefers a light, smooth cigar in our Toscano Classico, you become part of a Toscano experience, a unique smoke with 200 years of history and tradition.
Cigar enthusiasts, did you know your personal freedom to enjoy a fine cigar is affected by some form of smoking ban in all 50 states? Additionally, taxation on premium cigars is at its highest level in history, with some states taxing at an astronomical rate of 75%. Finally, there's a solution. CRA, Cigar Rights of America, is the first and only non-profit public advocacy association fighting for your freedom to enjoy a fine cigar. Don't just sit there. Become part of the solution. Become a CRA member today. Membership is only $35 a year. That's less than $3 a month. And as a special bonus, CRA will send you 2 limited edition cigars as a way to say thank you for joining. Visit cigarrights.org for more information and to become a member.
The Oliva family, the makers of some of the most affordable yet highest rated premium cigars available. For 7 straight years, Cigar Aficionado has rated Oliva as one of the best cigars of the year. And Oliva has a cigar for all smokers, from the newly released Gilberto Oliva Reserva to the bold and rich Oliva Serie V. Oliva cigars can be found at a tobacconist near you. So always ask for Oliva, an unbeatable value and uncompromising quality. The Oliva family of cigars.
A brand more than 100 years in the making, Particulares was established in Havana, Cuba in 1895, operating as an elite factory that would later introduce the world to classic brands such as Byron, Particulares, and even Monte Cristo. Now, Sindicato Cigars is proud to bring this historic brand back to life, partnering with the legendary Topsa factory in Esteli, Nicaragua, to reimagine this Cuban classic as a modern-day Nicaraguan puro. Transport yourself to a bygone era of Cuban nostalgia with Particulares by Sindicato. For more information, visit Sindicato.com.
Monitor 3 humidors at once from one simple device. Caring for your cigars is easy with the new PuroTemp wireless hygrometer from Zycar. You now have the ability to monitor the humidity and temperature in 3 humidors without even having to open them. Ensure protection by setting simple alerts that will warn you when your cigars are not in the optimal environment. Like everything Zycar, this is backed by their lifetime warranty. Stop by your local tobacconist to purchase yours today. Zycar, for life.
To affinity and beyond. That is where Affinity Cigars will take you. These mild to medium cigars use only the finest select high-grade Ecuadorian Connecticut tobacco, creating a cigar that delivers a smooth, rich, creamy smoke with the gentleness of a mother's touch. Affinity Cigars have become America's go-to cigar for that flavorful yet unintimidating smoking experience. Visit syndicatocigars.com to find your nearest authorized dealer.
Welcome back. You're listening to KMA Talk Radio. Follow us on Facebook and Twitter.
We're on Instagram too.
Yes, it's mandatory.
Welcome back to KMA Talk Radio, broadcasting live here in Palm Beach Gardens, Florida. I am Adam K, the Brewmeister. With me, of course, the world-traveling man, the myth, the legend, Mr. Honest Abe.
Hello.
And we are still here talking to Mr. Gaby Kafie of Kafie 1901 Cigars. Thank you for being
Cigars, yes.
Yes, and we haven't even, it's been an hour and a half, and I haven't even told this was a
cigar show.
Well, it's a cigar lifestyle show.
Yes,
Yeah,
we've talked a lot about lifestyle.
And that's, you know what, some people got mad at me on our Facebook page this week because I posted non-cigar related. I said, really? I said, our show's not a cigar-only show. We're a cigar lifestyle show. Expect me to post or talk about anything that you would hear sitting in a lounge in any good cigar shop in the country. That's what this show's about. You want to listen to Rapper, Binder, and Filler for 2 hours? Oh, no, there are guys out in New Hampshire that do that. You can listen to that. You can listen to them.
We're saying anyone
you want to talk about straight politics? There's a guy out in Tampa. You can listen to him. He does that.
Yeah.
Want cigar lifestyle? Talk about anything that cigar guys would talk about? Listen to KMA Talk Radio.
And we like to learn. I was telling Gabby before we started, like our audience really likes to learn about the people behind the brands too. You know, like we want to know about his life.
More interesting.
He is such a
listen to me. I never heard the story about his mother and father. What an amazing story.
Yeah.
You know, and even the Northwest Mutual, the insurance, the audit.
You mentioned the company.
Did it again.
You messed up.
Dang it.
You mentioned the company.
I didn't mean to. I got emotionally carried away.
I'll make sure I cancel your policy on Monday.
Yeah. Well, if anything, it's negative. They tried screwing him over. Not a good company.
Yeah.
But still, tell us about the cigar.
All right. Anyway, so during when we were talking to Coop in the last segment, you handed me this lovely cigar. Now, this is unbanded. Is this something that
Actually,
is...
I'll share that. I just got some cigars last week sent from the factory.
No! They sent you cigars from the factory? Darn!
I usually get cigars every
this has a distinct
6
smell.
to 8 weeks, and this cigar is all Honduran tobacco. You know, we've had some issues in the past 2-3 months. A lot of our suppliers are located in Nicaragua, and we're having difficulty getting tobacco from Nicaragua across the border to Honduras.
It's getting bad, yeah. I was talking with Steve Saka yesterday.
Yeah, not just that, but we're having trouble getting lumber, wood.
Really? For boxes.
For boxes.
That's been that way for a while, though.
We have good resources.
Yeah.
You know, my partner, Oscar Ferreira, down in Honduras, who runs the box factory, he's got his sources. But the problem is when we send our trucks into Nicaragua, they don't feel safe there.
Oh.
So, yeah, obviously we have Honduran plates. They know we're not locals.
Yeah.
And they just don't feel safe. They've had to turn around. They've gone into territories like Ocatal, Nicaragua, which is about an hour from the border. And they just they call to let us know, hey, look, we can't go any further. You know, we're going to turn around and do the drop off at the border. But it's difficult. Every week, and I'll share this with you, for the past 2 months, we've had about 10 to 15 people weekly come to our factory looking for jobs. Nicaraguan people. You know, so there's...
Really?
If you do some research, you'll notice that there's a mass exodus. A lot of people are going into Costa Rica. Mm-hmm. I don't think they're coming to the U.S., but they're moving to El Salvador, Costa Rica. A lot of instability, and a lot of people want to just blame Daniel Ortega. The problem's bigger than that. The problem has to do with Alba. ALBA is a Bolivarian Alliance of the People's Republic. I think it's of the Americas or something like that. But there's 13 countries involved. Cuba, Venezuela, Bolivia, there's, I think, Jamaica. The politics are pretty deep. It's not just the puppet Ortega. It's all these other countries that are...
He's just cherry on the ice cream.
Well, yeah. Well, you know,
when
the U.S. passed the Free Trade Agreement of the Americas, certain countries in Central or Latin America wanted to protest because they hate the gringos, you know? And their way of protesting was if the U.S. is going to form the Free Trade Agreement of the Americas and work with, you know, Mexico, Honduras, and so that they could mutually benefit from each other. Cuba was left out. Venezuela was left out. So they formed ALBA, and they started sucking in countries that they needed resources of. For example, I don't know if you guys had ever heard of this before.
No, I never. No. Why is no one talking about this?
Because nobody talks about it. Look, we've been in Central America for 117 years. This is in my blood. You know, the politics of Central America are pretty deep, but I'll get back to the whole ALBA situation. ALBA's not a money for product exchange, as the Free Trade Agreement is. Unfortunately, the countries involved in ALBA are poor countries.
Wow.
So Cuba began trading with Venezuela petrol for doctors. Venezuela would send cheap petrol to Cuba. Cuba today has over 30,000 physicians working in Venezuela. So they really do trade products for labor. Because Cuba's got an amazing educational system compared to the rest of Latin America.
And you wouldn't think so, but yeah.
Yeah.
Right. And the same thing is happening in Nicaragua. Nicaragua 2 years ago exported, I believe, 600,000 pounds of lumber to Cuba, so Cuba could recover from damages from hurricanes. And in return, they're exporting a labor force into Nicaragua. But that labor force gets paid, and their housing is subsidized by Cuba, which is bringing down the already low wages in Nicaragua. I made a remark the other day on social media, they need to stop paying slave wages in Nicaragua. And a few people blew up.
I bet that didn't make a lot of people happy.
Well, a few people blew up, but you know, when I talk and I make a point, I'm not thinking about any person in particular. I'm thinking about a government. I'm thinking about a country.
People.
I'm thinking about the people. You know, I don't really sit around and lose sleep at night about A, B, or C, what they're doing.
Right.
I really focus the people, the country. Cuba has had very bad influence on Nicaragua. Right now, today, Cuba has sent riot control police to Nicaragua. And, you know, Honduras went through something very similar. I'm not sitting here and, you know.
That just seems so odd that Cuba's sending riot patrol police to Nicaragua.
Yeah.
You know?
They're in cahoots.
I know.
You know? I believe that Cuba cannot succeed. Neither Venezuela can succeed without Nicaragua. Nicaragua's an amazing country, excellent natural resources, coffee, food. I mean, they grow so much. The Petro-Caribe Act was founded with Nicaragua and Venezuela. Nicaragua sends food to Venezuela because Venezuela doesn't grow any food products. In return, they get oil. So it's that barter system. And I think ultimately it's going to crack. But the point I want to make, I guess, to all of this is, you know, it's not about the people down there taking the risks, having a business there, just like us. I remember back in 2007, 2008, a lot of people fled Honduras because we had a crazy guy named Manuel Zelaya,
right,
who was turning the country socialist. He had joined ALBA, and it was after he joined ALBA that the people in Honduras protested and had him, they called it a coup.
Removed.
But they had him removed, right?
Removed.
But now the same thing is going on in Nicaragua, but how long it's going to last, I honestly don't know. That's not my area of expertise. I just do know that certain things are favorable to business and safety right now.
But things just keep getting heightened over there.
Yeah, man. I think the worst thing that can happen to Nicaragua is the issue keeps getting kicked down like a, what do they call it, kicking a can down the road.
Kick a can
No
down
one's
the
really addressing it. Mike Pence, I've seen had some strong words, but you don't see any action. I don't know what the problem is there. I don't know why we don't just pull a Noriega, go down there and pull him out and get rid of him. And one of the things I noticed with Nicaragua last year is they spent practically their entire budget buying military tanks and machine guns from Russia. So here's the third world country who's actually classified as a fourth world country.
Wow.
And they're spending a lot of their money that they get from the international community, the International Monetary Fund, the World Bank, U.S. aid, and they're buying military gear from Russia. There's something wrong. Something needs to be done.
Well,
but if we sit around and we're afraid to talk about it, nothing will get done. Of
course.
Don't hate me for talking about it.
Well, people don't know how to have dialogue anymore. That's a problem. Because if you don't believe what I believe, I can't talk to you. You're a communist or you're a liberal or you're whatever.
Correct.
That's the whole problem. But my whole thing with government, whether it's Nicaragua, whether it's here, anybody who thinks that you know what's going on because it's on the news, and I don't care if you listen to CNN, MSNBC, Fox News, if you think you have a clue of what's really going on because you're hearing it from the news, you're out of your gourd. Because I'm a firm believer. Stuff's going on. People are making decisions in a room, how to act, how to treat something that the mass public will never know. And that's just the way government works. We're not supposed to know because, honestly, look what's going on now. Do you think the people out there can handle truth? Do you think they can handle ever knowing what's really going on in government?
And
Absolutely not.
I've personally been attacked by stating my opinion. It's not an opinion that's pro or con. I'm letting people know what's going on. The same thing happened in Honduras. 10 years ago, in 2008, my brother, my sister, my mom, our entire family, we literally thought we were on the brink of losing everything. Everything. Our family's been in Honduras since 1901.
Oh, yeah, they're just going to take it all. You're gone.
And talk to Christian Eidoa. He'll tell you the same thing. Yeah. He, in fact, started producing cigars in Nicaragua because he was afraid of what Honduras had become. And now it seems that we're going through something similar again.
But that's been going on between Nicaragua and Honduras for a while. Padron built a Honduran factory. There was a time where on the market, Padron boxes had Honduras and Nicaragua on them. Because they built the Honduran factory. They were afraid things were just going to go south in Nicaragua. And at least they had tobacco and stuff in Honduras to keep the cigars going. So it's a mess.
You're right.
It's a mess. But we got a break. We're going to give it. Listen, we didn't talk nothing about it, but it's okay. It's okay. You're not that far away. He can come back on. But we got another break.
Talk about this.
Take the break. We come back. We'll talk about cigars. We'll mention the website where they can go learn more about his cigars, and we'll finish off.
We haven't even gotten
all that
I
means,
don't care.
All that means it was a good show.
Thank you, man.
It was a good show because
it's going way too quickly.
Our listeners got to learn more about the man, Gaby Kafie.
All right.
I'm going to get a lot of hate mail now.
Not from our listenership.
No. All right. If they don't know where the stamps are. Anyway, keep it lit.
You're listening to KMA Talk Radio. Follow us on Facebook and Twitter.
We're on Instagram too!
Yes, it's mandatory.
Recognized and respected throughout the cigar industry, Eric Espinoza and his La Zona factory in Esteli, Nicaragua are committed to creating cigars of superior quality with the perfect combinations of flavor and strength for every palate. So whether it's the 93 rated La Ranja Reserva, the 92 rated 601s, the Murcielago, or the Espinoza Habano, Crema, or Especial, Espinoza Premium Cigars has the right cigar for you. The next time you're ready for a truly unique cigar experience, ask for Espinoza Cigars.
A brand more than 100 years in the making, Particulares was established in Havana, Cuba in 1895, operating as an elite factory that would later introduce the world to classic brands such as Byron, Particulares, and even Monte Cristo. Now, Sindicato Cigars is proud to bring this historic brand back to life, partnering with the legendary Topsa factory in Esteli, Nicaragua, to reimagine this Cuban classic as a modern-day Nicaraguan puro. Transport yourself to a bygone era of Cuban nostalgia with Particulares by Sindicato. For more information, visit Sindicato.com.
Hey Hey, fools, how about a game of cutthroat? It's your funeral. That's my kind of game. Arnold, I hope your pool playing is better than your choice of cigars. What do you mean? Wow, tough crowd. Here, try this Recluse cigar. You're gonna need all the help you can get. Don't be stingy. Let me get one of those. Recluse. Wow, that's a good smoke. Now I can bring my A game. I think you should stick with that Recluse cigar and work on your B game, because you don't have an A game. And I know a little something about games. Boom. Ooh, that's cold.
Mike Bellady has collaborated with industry legends Don Pepin Garcia, Manuel Quesada, and Ernesto Perez Carrillo to make some of the industry's most highly touted cigars. Through his company, MLB Cigars, Mike brings you 4 incredible and unique blends. Imperia, Imperia Islero, Imperia Aventador, and the David P. Ehrlich Tremont. MLB Cigars are made with the best minds in the industry. Visit us at MLBCigarVentures.com and follow us on social media. Imperia and David P. Ehrlich Cigars. Developed by legends, smoked by connoisseurs.
Quality and value are always the 2 biggest determining factors for consumers when making buying decisions. Casa Bella by Sindicato Cigars offers superior flavor, quality construction, and an affordable everyday price. Completely handmade in the Dominican Republic, these value-priced, smooth yet flavorful cigars are comprised of Dominican and Nicaraguan filler tobaccos, and they're available in natural and Maduro wrappers. Visit SindicatoCigars.com to find your nearest authorized dealer of Casa Bella cigars.
Lights, camera, action. Real Clips Barbershop brings you all that is good about old school barbershops in a new cinematic themed environment. Whether you need a traditional cut, fade, blowout, or even a straight razor hot towel shave, our master barbers will get you right. All while enjoying iconic scenes from some of your favorite movies, right from our video screens built into the mirrors. Visit RealClipsBarbershop.com. That's real, R-E-E-L, ClipsBarbershop.com for a location near you or to make an appointment. After one visit, we know you'll be back.
Insurance companies have a very unique business model that the general public doesn't understand. Insurance companies make profit only one way, taking in premiums and paying out less on claims than they take in premiums. In doing this, they oftentimes deny legitimate people with viable claims fair compensation.
We know accidents happen. They happen every day. The good thing about insurance is it helps people do the right thing when they've caused accidents. You know, if I cause an accident, the first thing I want to do is make sure the person is okay, the person's taken care of. The insurance gives us the ability to do the right thing. Unfortunately, the insurance company treats people like statistics instead of human beings. And that's why you need an experienced attorney to make sure the insurance company does the right thing.
800-866-LAWS.
Welcome back. You're listening to KMA Talk Radio. Follow us on Facebook and Twitter.
We're on Instagram too.
Yes, it's mandatory.
Welcome back to KMA Talk Radio, broadcasting live here in Palm Beach Gardens, Florida. I'm back.
We've frozen Mr. Gaby Kafie out.
Yeah. Meat locker. Just a little bit, yes. With me, of course, Mr. Honest Abe, and our special guest, Mr. Gaby Kafie of Gaby 1901 Cigars.
We can never get this room right. It's either like absurdly freezing or hot.
Yes. It's always freezing.
No, it's hot sometimes.
If it's not down to the lowest setting, it gets hot.
It doesn't work at
all.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Good one.
And then it smells
glad they got a new AC unit in here.
you know what? Yeah. All the other things that you tell them before coming on the show, you just start telling them, you may want to bring a sweater. You may or may not need. My daughter knows it. They bring one every time. Oh, can I go to the radio show? Wait, let me go get a sweater.
Wearing one right there.
All right, let's talk about some cigars real quick.
Yes,
we'll call this segment the Cigar Synopsis.
Yeah.
Wonderful.
Yeah, all right. So, Dr. Kafie, please give us a breakdown. I mean, you've obviously got the Connecticut, the Sumatra, San Andreas. Have you put anything new out recently?
Well, yeah, we've got a few cigars out. We've got, the Kafie 1901 line has 4 blends. We recently introduced Liga de la Casa, which in Spanish...
It's a bundle.
It's a bundle cigar. It means house blend in Spanish.
Long filler?
Mixed.
Mixed filler.
Yeah, very good bundle. Smokes like a long filler.
What's the price range on those?
MSRP is depends how much I like you.
Yeah, everybody's always looking for a good
we're
price.
We're very competitive.
All right, good.
Yeah, we're definitely. We try to be a brand that is a value brand. Heck, I've been saying that for 5 years. Cigar Journal just nominated one of our cigars Best Value Honduras.
Oh, really?
So that's pretty neat. Yeah, we're on track. We're focused, and there's always an obstacle in the way. But one thing I've learned about this industry is that you got to have full control over the entire process if you want to really stay in the industry for a long time. Recently, 2 years ago, we acquired a brand called San Geronimo. From the Ferreira family in Honduras. Oscar Ferreira is my right hand, my partner in Honduras. He runs the factory, he oversees operations, and his family's had the brand since the mid-30s. It's the oldest registered brand in the country of Honduras. The name comes from the San Geronimo Valley, which is in the northwest section of Honduras, where it is said, and this is not a fiction story, that it is said that tobacco was first grown there in the 1930s. I do know that in the 50s, tobacco was also starting to be grown in close to Danlí. Danlí is in the department of El Paraíso, Honduras, which one of the most famous agronomy schools, I think agriculture schools,
Really?
in Central America is located there. One of the finest institutions in the world, actually. If you can look it up, I think it's called, you know who went there? Justo.
Christian Eiroa.
Justo. Justo Eiroa went there. He studied there. It's about 20 minutes outside of Danlí.
The nicer of the two brothers.
Really?
Well, he didn't try somebody to burn car.
Yeah, of course he's nice, but
he didn't try somebody to burn down cars.
That's
so.
funny.
Good pullback, yes. Hour one, yes. Pullback of the car.
I forgot the name of the school. It's a beautiful. It's a gorgeous school. It's on your way to Danlí. It's a place you want to stop by and take pictures.
Nice.
On your way there. But yeah, we acquired San Jeronimo, and the majority of the tobacco in that blend is Honduran. I'm starting to go back to Honduran tobacco. When we first started out, a lot of our blends were, Nicaraguan wrapper, Ecuador wrapper. We were using a lot of Dominican tobacco, Nicaraguan tobacco as well. Now we're not just the politics, but you know what? I'm going back to my roots, and I'm finding that there are really some amazing tobaccos in Honduras.
Cool.
And we're lucky to have access to them.
And if people want to learn more about your cigars, you got a site?
Yeah, the website's Kafie1901.com. Kafie 1901.com.
Cool.
They can also.
You got a retailer locator on there in case guys want to find.
We
your cigars?
do not. We suck at that. I'm sorry.
Well, listen, he's all over Facebook, so just message or post, and Gabby will definitely send you the right direction.
Absolutely, that's what we like to hear. All right, then with that Kafie, thank you for being here.
Thank you very much.
It's been an absolute pleasure. And with that, we'll see this week who belongs in a cigar insane asylum.
Welcome to the Cigar Asylum,
Did you know I'm utterly insane? We all go a little mad sometimes.
where logic and reason cease to exist.
This week, who belongs in a cigar insane asylum? Brought to you in part by CLE and Asylum Cigars.
Well, believe it or not, it's another Florida man. This week's inductee created a real stinky situation. Floridian Damian Sims is thought to have wanted revenge so bad he went to the extreme. Damian, in what police say might have been an act of revenge, acquired a bucket of human waste, bought it to his local 7-Eleven, dressed in a straw hat and a do-rag. The 41-year-old Sims went inside a St. Petersburg 7-Eleven and dumped the contents of the bucket all over the floor.
Jeez.
Thank God it was the floor. I was a little worried it was going to be on top of somebody who worked there.
In the middle of the store, though.
I'm assuming this was his own human waste.
I like how it says here he acquired a bucket of human waste.
So they think.
Did he just make a bucket of human waste?
Because because the cop said that he went to a porta potty or something.
Oh.
And emptied it into a bucket.
Well, that's kind of, it shows some initiative and some smarts there.
Literally, the guy really thought this whole thing out, apparently.
Maybe he put his own in there, too. Just to add to it.
He was ID'd by the store manager and recorded on surveillance. According to the police report, KMA Talk Radio has not yet obtained the surveillance footage, but congratulations, Mr. Sims. You are without this week's inductee in the Cigar Insane Asylum. Brought to you by CLE and Asylum Cigars. I posted also on one that should have been a candidate. You see the guy in Boynton Beach whose video went viral?
Yeah.
This guy in Boynton Beach, right by our headquarters, video went viral doing this, I forget what they call it, In the Feeling or something. It's a thing where they get out of the moving car and dance to a song.
Oh, man.
The shark dance? Or
No. It's Kiki, I Love You.
Yeah.
Ask my daughter. She'll tell you what it is. Yeah. In the Feeling or something like that. But they get out of a moving car.
They get out of a moving car.
And they open the door, leave the door open, and they dance. And this guy planned to jump on the hood of a car that his friend was coming up on and continue dancing.
And
as he sees a car coming and he turns, he slips on an oil slick. And the car, it wasn't in my feelings, it was in my face. Challenge, and got smashed by the car. The guy went viral. He was on Jimmy Kimmel.
My God.
He's
alive.
Oh, yeah, he survived.
Oh, my
He
God.
survived.
He made it.
But from the look of it, you wouldn't think
Wow.
so. And he was explaining to Jimmy Kimmel, well, the plan was he was supposed to come in slow.
Oh, my God.
Slow. This car, man, it had to be doing at least 20 when it hit him. Just smashed him.
I'm sorry to laugh so loud, but I did see the video, and I had to go back and
I posted
see
it on the
again. I
KMA
couldn't
Facebook
believe
page. I'm telling you, it's this country's got to absorb between that, Tide Pods. Now they're
Lord.
drinking boiling water or something.
What?
Yes.
No,
Somebody
no.
died already because they're drinking boiling water. It melted his insides. This other kid, you either have to drink it or douse yourself in boiling water.
That's so stupid.
The guy's buddy did it to the kid while he was sleeping.
What?
He's all wrapped up like a mummy with like this much of his face open and showing it, and it's all crusty and peeling.
I'd like to send a message to all of you people. Please don't do meth.
meth.
Also, don't procreate.
Unreal.
There's
man.
enough, and oh my, that is.
The downfall of civilization is going to be social media.
Yeah.
I'm telling you.
Or as I've been saying for many years, the internet, giving voices to the stupid since Al Gore invented it in 1996.
Yeah, I'm telling you.
Thanks, Al Gore. We appreciate it. All right.
You're not involved in that, Adam.
No, I'm
so.
not.
Who do we got on next
week is going to be Santana Diaz of DeCrossier
Oh,
Cigars
should be
and
interesting.
Mr. Glenn Loop.
Yeah, update. He was at the White
Yes.
House. We posted a video too.
Oh.
Thank you so much for coming on.
Thank you very
Thanks for the
much,
great
Glenn.
gift.
Thank
A pleasure.
you.
We got to have him on again. We
Yes,
didn't-
absolutely.
We didn't get into a lot of
We
stuff.
didn't even
You're right.
We barely touched the surface. It's been a great show. If you missed any part, make sure you check out the KMA Talk Radio Facebook page for more. Till then, keep it lit.
Paul the producer.
Now, I heard that you're naming your son Axel.
You didn't know this?
No, I didn't know this. Please tell me you're giving him the middle name Rose.
My first thought was always Axel Foley.
I'm a quarter German. Axel is a popular name for boys in Germany, and it means straw.
The figures. You're listening to KMA Talk Radio. Follow us on Facebook and Twitter.
We're on Instagram too.
Yes, it's mandatory.
Awarded the 2014 Nicaraguan Cigar of the Year with numerous 90-plus ratings, the Perdomo 20th Anniversary Cigar celebrates Tabacalera Perdomo's 20 years as one of Nicaragua's largest premium cigar manufacturers. Using only the highest priming tobaccos grown exclusively by the Perdomo family, the 20th Anniversary Cigar has a tremendous profile with layer upon layer of rich, elegant, complex flavors. Visit your nearest authorized tobacconist today and experience the masterful blend of these Nicaraguan puros. Now available in extremely limited edition pyramid size in sun-grown or Maduro.
Keep it lit with KMA Talk Radio.